Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. It's Sunday the 27th of October and it is 10 to 7 p.m. If you can hear any noise in the background, Ian's sleeping at the moment, he's having a bit of a grandad nap. So I thought I'd give you a little update with what's gone on these past 2 weeks. As you know, my previous video, which was my last weigh-in, which was the 8th of October, I explained Ian was in hospital from the 2nd of October to the 7th. I've got his discharge notes in front of me. Ian has given me permission, so I can read this. I mentioned it already, so it's just a clinical summary. Mr. Nutt was admitted from A&E with chest and abdominal pain on the 2nd of October. He's known to have gallstones in his weight and an ERCP and a GA with Ensure post-anaesthetic assessment since May 2024. His bloods showed deranged of LFTs and WCC of 15. Don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound good. His abdominal pain has now resolved and his LFTs are downtrending, which is good. With Ensure deemed the patient not fit for ERCP at their hospital because they thought Ian had a heart attack, which I explained on the 8th of October that he didn't. Given the downtrodden LFTs and clinical condition, we have organised an OP MRCP and follow-up appointment in Mr. Aakash's clinic to assess ongoing need to ERCP. And Ian took home antibiotics because he caught a chest infection while he was in hospital that week from the 2nd to the 7th of October to finish off his antibiotics. He should represent to services if his symptoms reoccur, worsen, or if he develops jaundice, fever, change in his bowel habits. Sorry if it's TMI, but you know, honesty is the best policy. So yeah, so he was discharged on the 7th, everything was going fine. Then on the 16th of October, Ian was saying that he had abdominal pain again. So I phoned for an ambulance. They come, I think I rang them up at 9:30 on the Wednesday night on 16th of October. They turned up at 10:30. I understand they've got a lot on at the moment, so an hour is not too bad really. So they turned up. Ian said if the ECG shows up I'm having a heart attack, I'm not. So he did pre-warn them that he's not having a heart attack, so they wouldn't have to take him to Manchester Royal. Anyway, so they took him into the ambulance and took him to Bolton Royal Infirmary. They said, "Are you going in the ambulance?" I said, "No, I'll follow up in the car." Anyway, got to the hospital. Ian wasn't in the A&E because it was packed and the corridor was full. He was in the ambulance still. They tried to take blood off him. The only way they can take blood off Ian, his arms are not so good. They've got to take him out of his hands. So when I took blood and all that, he went down for an X-ray. Because he'd not eaten, he threw up and he started choking. His oxygen levels dropped to around about 60, which isn't good. So they had to bring them back up. So he was on oxygen through what was going on. He was taken to ward F3, which is an assessment ward. Then the next day he was taken to E3, which is a surgical ward, and he was still on oxygen. They wanted to do another chest X-ray, but it was getting a bit late, so they come up to the ward and did it there. He also had an ultrasound scan where he went down and the jelly, you know, like a baby pregnancy scan, did all that and everything, and they found some gallstones. I've got his discharge letters. Yeah, he was put on antibiotics. Basically, it says, "Dear doctor, Mr. Nutter was admitted with 2 weeks of right upper quadrant pain with nausea and vomiting. He's known to have gallstones and with Ensure advised us that he is not for an ERCP as it would be high risk. And he understands about this high risk. I mean, I mentioned it to you lovely lot before, didn't I? Blood results came back showing deranged liver function, raised inflammatory markers and raised amylase. He was diagnosed with gallstone pancreatitis, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, and treated with fluids and analgesia. They had to put injections in his stomach as well to stop blood clots. So he's all battered and bruised now, bless him. Well, it looks like he's battered and bruised, but he's bruised. During his admission, Mr. Nutter develops a hospital-acquired pneumonia or an effective exacerbation of his COPD. He was treated with non-invasive ventilation and antibiotics. He is to be followed up by Dr. Iqbal, which is Wythenshawe. So I'm hoping now they will take this seriously, because he's been in hospital within the space. I mean, he was discharged on the 7th, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. Back in 9 days after. It's not on, is it really? It really isn't on. I mean, we've both been physically drained, can't get my words out. We're drained physically, mentally and emotionally. There was a point that Ian said, go home, get some sleep. I didn't want to leave him, but I understood where he was coming from. You know, he says, you know, what if you have an accident on the way home? You're no good to me dead. And I was like, you're right, you know, and he's always right, you know, he's always right, bless him. I understand where he come from, so I went home. He was in safe hands, you know. I think because I'm in that routine of looking after him, you know, because that's my job, you know, being a wife and his carer. It's my job to look after him. But I know that the staff, all the staff in E3 were absolutely brilliant. They really were. They were just angels. The only downside of that ward was it was very noisy and very cold. We found out that the heating wasn't working, so they ended up getting that sorted. Anyway, Ian was discharged on the last Thursday, which was 27, 26, 25, 24th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 24th, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 24th of October. I've lost track of days. Ian thought it was Monday today. So, but yeah, but fingers crossed it will get sorted, you know. There will be a follow-up. I know the nurse, Megan, she said if you don't hear within 3 weeks, ring E3 ward and, you know, and see what's going on with it. And I said, okay, that's fine. He couldn't have an MRI because he's claustrophobic. The porter came up to take him for an MRI, and Megan came in and she said, no, he can't have one, he's claustrophobic, and she sent him back down. So we did suggest if he could lay on his side and feet first, but they can't do that. So yeah, but that is the update. That's why I didn't upload a video from a weigh-in. Obviously Ian's more important than a weigh-in video. I did put a community post up. I just want to say thank you to all your kind messages, your continued support, your friendship. It really means so much. It really, really does. It really does. So, yeah, just catching up with sleep, really, you know. I mean, I was leaving here, I was up at 6, leaving here at 7, getting there for 8, and staying till 12 midnight. So in the end, Ian started going to bed a little bit early, about 11, half past, and then I can just go then. I know he was safe. You know, I told the nurses if he has trouble taking off his mask and putting it back on, he has to be covered up so he doesn't cold, because he sleeps on his side. And they said that's fine. So I showed him how to put the mask on and take it off, because he can't lift his arms up. So yeah, had to cancel a few appointments as well. We had Suki coming out a week ago. She's an occupational therapist, so I had to cancel with her, saying that Ian's in hospital. Michelle came out on Friday to weigh him. Now, the last time she weighed him, I think it was a couple of months back, and he was 15 stone 9. She weighed him on Friday and he lost £2, so he's now 15 stone 7, which is good, because Chloe said not to gain too much because of his muscle wasting disease. He won't be able to have that strength to carry that weight. So yeah, but he's home now. He's more weaker with his mobility, and I've noticed his speech has got a lot more slurred. So, but I just wanted to come on and give you an update with what's gone on with Ian and where we are at the moment. It's just another waiting game, basically, you know, and I really wish they'd respect Ian's wishes to get this done, this ERCP done. He knows the risk, you know, he knows the risk, but he doesn't like the pain either. You know, and I don't like seeing him in pain. So, but yeah, it is emotional. It's very, very emotional what's going on. fingers crossed you don't go back in. He said, oh, I'll go back in at Halloween. I went, no, you bloody well won't. I said, that's our together anniversary, that is, you know. No way. We've been together for 14 years on Halloween. I don't think so, somehow. So, yeah, so he can still joke about these things, you know. He's still got his sense of humour, and that helps him carry on. So, but, yeah, I just want to get it sorted. I just want him to feel better and more comfortable and not in and out of the hospital, because they're not the nicest places, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, the whole staff, they were brilliant. They thought the world of him, you know, because they said he was well behaved and well mannered, and, well, you know, it's how he's brought up, isn't it? Anyway, I'm rambling, aren't I? Yes, you are, Stephanie. Yeah, so I thought I'd give you an update with what's gone on. It's probably all gone gobbledygook and everything, but we're just waiting now for follow-up with Dr. Iqbal. So, yeah, so fingers crossed. Pray that we'll hear soon. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you're all well. All being well, I'll be doing a Wayne video this coming Tuesday. So, yeah, but anyway. Right, okay, I'm going to love you and leave you. Keep smiling, stay positive, and please take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.